So, Brian, I know we could talk for probably an hour about all of the things that you're doing, but you have redone the entire studio. What's your favorite piece of technology that you have put into place so far?
Well, first of all, the total game changer are the cameras on robotic gimbals now. I'm using OBSBOTs, which don't tell anyone, but I'm pretty sure these are sex cam. Which is great because it means they're not going to go away anytime soon.
Wait, slow down. OBS bots?
Yes, they're built to run on OBS. You can get 4 of them.
The open source switching system. Right. And so they come from the porn industry, probably.
That's why I assume they're very well supported, and they're quite good. Each one needs to be on its own USB, so you don't run into bandwidth issues. But once you do, I mean, you get 4K high quality video, and with good lighting, I think that most people wouldn't realize that right now what the video that they're seeing is all webcams, and you're able to set up like pre-positions for a bunch of stuff to run all over the place. For example, I got them pointed at random corners, and with one push of a button, there's a script that runs everything together, and you get way too many Brians. So it's able to add a dynamism to the set that wouldn't have been possible.
So these are on USB-C, I'm guessing, or are they USB-A?
They're USB-C, but I'm using adapters to step down to USB-A.
Okay, all right.
And so again, as long as each one is on its own bus, you're totally covered.
Then they're fine. The other thing is these actually do move, right? There's a lot of cameras out there doing virtual moves and like using some tricks to make it look like they're moving, but these actually are motorized?
Yeah, and the gimbals actually have built. Again, this is why I suspect they're secretly powered by porn. Is something I want to see on the box.
Hey, if it was good for Blu-ray, it's good
and
for
good
OBS
for VHS. That's how you pick a winner. Tell me if this tracks, Tom. Face tracking, also voice control, and gesture control. You can hold up a hand, it'll identify you as the target, and then with gestures like moving your hands in and out, you can essentially like pinch and zoom the view onto you, all without walking over to the computer. You know, for all the spontaneous walking around and lecturing that we do.
Yes. If you watch Great Night or Cordkillers, you'll see Brian in action, totally sitting down in one place. But the nice thing is you didn't have to surround yourself with all of the equipment, right? You got more flexibility in where to put your anchor station because you didn't have to have everything in arm's reach.
Yeah. And as a matter of fact, now I'm seated at a round table, which is something I never could have done before. And by the way, G. James B in the chat points out correctly that the killer app here is churches. And it actually is absolutely ideal. You the out of the box, the OBSBOT software has 4 cameras built in, and you could set everything from color temperatures to digital zooms, various positions. You can have it frame from the upper half of the body. You can have it follow hands. There's a whiteboard mode, desktop mode, and if you couple it with even a lower end cheap Stream Deck, it plays really nice with all that stuff to where you could just click on presets, or if you need to make any tweaks, all of the motion controls that I've been doing have been happening just on, with my hand out of frame here. It looks great. And the stream, so each of these units, I think they retail for $299, and I got them $249 on Black Friday. And I think for a Stream Deck Plus, it's $150. So even for just 2 cameras, less than $500 or around $500, $600 for 2 cameras and an easy switching solution and free software, that alone will get you 90% of the way ahead of all of the competition. I mean, it really does make a difference.
Now, 250 is not bad for a camera, especially when people are like myself are doing way more expensive cameras on DSLR, which was the old way of doing it. OBS is free. If anybody doesn't know, it's an open source video switching software that anybody can download and use. It may or may not be the most user-friendly software out there, but it's pretty user-friendly. And so it's, for the price, well worth it. Tell people who don't know what Stream Deck is, how that's fitting into your system there.
Stream Deck is, And keep in mind, it's something that I can't believe that this robust ecosystem took this long to happen, or maybe it's been quietly building right under my nose. But think of any time you wish that there was, air quotes, just a button for it, like, or the idea that you could nest a whole bunch of commands. Here, let's do this. Think of if this, then that, only completely on your computer without needing to go to the internet, and for just about everything that you might need to do it. And it will play with everything from your smart home to, depending on your lighting setup, to anything nested. And you can customize all of your the buttons. You can make them look. They got nested folders within pages. It's really a rabbit hole that I'm a little bit scared to walk down.
I thoroughly underuse my Stream Deck. The Stream Deck that I use has like 5 of the 18 buttons programmed right now. But you can do things like, I'm using a piece of software like OBS to stream, and I just want to have a mute button. You can do that. You can have it do more complicated things. You can have it launch software. What are the favorite things that you have it doing so far?
Well, so far the silliest one is I only just now started playing with the advanced controls where it's going to random positions like I was showing off when we were doing earlier. If I hit this here, let me see if I can throw the quad shot on. I have them all pointed at random spots, and then they all converge on yours truly. But that took maybe 10 minutes for me to put together, and I did it just to get a giggle on one shot. To be honest, I would be interested for people to suggest to me crazy things that I should try. But all of this has gotten so intuitive. It really allows I'll use the term generously, talent to focus on doing the thing that they're talented at. And then let me throw one more thing out there. My setup is with these $250 cameras, but I built everything assuming that something better would be just around the corner. And sure enough, in the middle of setting all this up, you guys were at CES, and OBSBOT announced a new version at just over $1,000 with like 8x optical, not digital zoom, and the same gimbal controls, superior AI, and HDMI, and what's the network one? NDI? Yeah, NDI outputs. It's really now what I'm working on is a setup that I can actually take to the bars to do scam school style shoots, the kind of thing that it used to take the entire team at Revision 3 to put together. I'm going to walk up with a briefcase, set it down, put a bunch of sticks with cameras on it, say, you follow that face, you follow that face, you keep the wide, you watch these hands, and capture all of that raw, and it'll be an easy edit later. It is... I feel like I'm giving up all the good stuff right here, Tom. I don't want to tell anyone because we're in the brief window where I'm going to look like I have a whole team and it's just me.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's crazy. Brian, thanks for walking us through all that. If folks want to see the results of your efforts and find out more about what you do, where should they go?
Yeah, head on over to youtube.com/scam school and take a look chronologically at the last 4 or 5 episodes. I've been polishing up a bunch of old Mon and Rogue episodes, and now that the studio's done, I'm putting in a little 30 to 45 second slice, a bit of a kind of a Vincent Price introduction to each of the episodes. And all of that is within about 40 minutes turnaround. So the one I did today, you'll be able to see just how fast and narrow I've been able to get the production pipeline. And I want to see if I can get it even shorter still.
Fantastic. Brian, thanks so much, man.